Hi, welcome to HPS, and today we're introducing our new performance insert for the Yamaha YXZ1000R side-by-side. We're going to talk a little bit about this insert as well as show you how to install it on your machine. The YXZ1000R is an amazing machine. When Yamaha introduced the manual shift and the sport paddle shift, it really changed up the side-by-side industry. Made it a lot more fun for the driver to feel the machine and to keep it in the RPMs that they wanted it. And here at HPS, we have made the YXZ1000R even more fun to drive with the HPS Performance Insert. And the way this thing works is you take the stock spark arrestor out of your stock muffler and you replace it with this one. And what that does is this increases the stock muffler's flow by 60% and increases the horsepower on average 4.5 throughout the entire curve, and as much as 8.5 horsepower on the top end of the curve. It's really cool. It's built completely out of 304L stainless steel, including the screen, which is forest approved. So you can put this insert into your stock muffler and you get more performance. You get a performance sound without going obnoxious with a full exhaust setup. We have even had customers want to run the HPS Performance Insert in their stock muffler with a turbo. What this does is it allows them to have the extra performance of a turbo without having to go with overbearing sound of a full exhaust setup. It is coated in our Platinum Lite Ceramic, which helps control heat and gives it a real nice metallic finish. And it looks really good in the machine. I want to show you how to install it. Installing the HPS Performance Insert is really simple, and all you will need is a 5mm Allen head wrench, an 8mm socket with a ratchet and extension, and some liquid wrench. We'll start off by making sure the machine is completely cooled down and removing the plate of the stock muffler. There are 3 total Allen head screws that you have to undo to remove the back plate of the muffler. Remove the cover, and inside is your stock spark arrestor. There are 6 total bolts, 8mm bolts, and you will need to remove them. This is where the liquid wrench comes in. Sometimes these bolts are a little stuck. Yamaha uses some really strong Loctite that sometimes doesn't allow these bolts to come loose very easily. So what you'll want to do in that case is take your liquid wrench and spray all of your bolts. Depending on how stuck your bolts are, you may have to wait for a while, or the recommended time length that is instructed on your liquid wrench. Also, you may have to take your socket and loosen them and then tighten them to work that liquid wrench solvent through the threads and to allow it to do its job. After you have sprayed all the bolts on your stock spark arrestor and allowed the liquid wrench to do its job, then you want to carefully remove all of the bolts so that you can remove your spark arrestor. When you remove the stock spark arrestor, be very careful not to damage the gasket behind it. You want to make sure when you're pulling on it that it pulls freely and the gasket's not sticking to the muffler and then the other half sticking to the spark arrestor itself. This one came off very nicely. This is your stock gasket that you'll want to retain and use with your HPS Performance Insert. Take your gasket and put it on the HPS spark arrestor. The easiest way we found this to keep this lined up is you line up the gasket holes with the HPS spark arrestor holes, and you hold it in place with a bolt, and you put it in the machine. And then from there, it's much easier to line up the holes for the rest of the bolts. It is recommended that you put anti-seize on these bolts, so if you ever need to clean your spark arrestor or remove this one, that these bolts come freely out. Take your exhaust plate or cap and put it back to where it was. And the HPS insert lines perfectly in the holes of the cap. With your HPS Performance Insert properly installed into your machine, you're ready to hit the trails with your added horsepower and your responsible performance sound. These will be available at teamhps.com. Be sure to check us out at Facebook at High Performance Sports Inc. and Team HPS at all the other social media platforms. Thanks for watching.